Hey, what's going on, guys? Khordmaster is here, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at Koala Sampler's latest update. And in this update, we have some built-in samples, which I personally am very excited about. And let me tell you guys why I'm excited about this. I think when there was conversation about this in the Facebook group, there was a healthy debate about having preset samples in an app like this is not needed because it's a sampler and we should be sampling ourselves, right? We should be hitting the pad and making sounds and doing things in the real world, or we should be finding our own samples and putting them into here and then making music. Now, I totally understand that perspective. However, I think that for someone purchasing this app and using it for the first time, and say if we're talking about a beginner music producer, someone just trying to get into making music, having this, what we have here on the right of the screen, I think is extraordinary because it breaks down the barrier a little bit further. More specifically, if someone downloads the app and they don't have this ready to go, they're going to be forced to, for better or worse, right, make sounds with their mouth in the real world and then sample that stuff. Or if they're like, oh, I want some drum kits or I want some hi-hats and I want this type of sound in here, they're going to, like, where are they going to go to get that? For us, we know where to go. Like we can download it from a website or we can find it somewhere. But for people who are new, like just having this in here ready to go, I think is a major step forward for the app. That's just my personal opinion. Now, that being said, I saw the update yesterday and I specifically waited to come in today just to take a listen to some of these sounds and kind of play them for you guys and kind of experience what's included here. Excuse me. Experience what's included here for the first time organically. I don't think I'll go through every single one, but I'm just going to kind of play around a little bit. So, two things. First of all, when you go into the app, if you look on the bottom right, and I think this is excellent as well, just keeping this simplistic, clean look of the app. Also, dope picture, right? That's a pretty cool picture there, right? Um, Bottom right, samples. So we can load samples two ways, right? We can import, this is the traditional way, tap over here, and then we can load from the file select, which is also a good way to bring samples in. Or we can go here and we can add locations from File Explorer. Now, let me know in the comments below, if I go to add location, a lot of my samples currently are in AudioShare, and so I'm curious to know why AudioShare is grayed out here. If there's a specific reason, maybe I'll ask Mark. Certainly, there's a reason for it. So I'm kind of curious about that. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about these basic samples. So let's go to drum kits first. Let's go to kicks and let's listen to some. Okay, I like that one. Now, how do we load this in? Two different ways. See this little less than sign? I'm a math guy, so yeah. You can hit that, and if you hit load, it's going to load that sample right there, right? Additionally, if you don't want to have this on the full screen like this, which I probably would not want to, excuse me, I'm a little tired. That's a little weird. I don't know why I'm tired right now. Well, probably because I went to bed late last night. Makes sense. So if we like that, let's actually go back and let's find a snare. Let's bring this snare in so we can also drag the icon right over. I like that. I need a harder hitting kick. So we're gonna make a beat using what's included here. I think that's what would be a good idea. This is good. And let's bring like a hi-hat in here. So I was dragging the word instead of the symbol. You have to drag the symbol. Interesting. How did that get over? Just double clicking also does it? What just happened here? Did I just drag it over, or I'm kind of curious. Hang on, let's see. No, that didn't work. Interesting. I don't know how that got over there so quick, but okay. So you have some sounds there. So maybe let's start like at that point. This point, I probably would like start a sequence. Let's go. Also, this freaking ring effect is incredible to me. So here's another thing. I would like to be able to have this set to a specific scale by default. Like I like playing on a keyboard as a pianist, and so that would be cool to be able to not have to always go into chromatic. Minor gripe. So also, as I'm looking here, so the difference with a sampler versus something else. So like a I don't know, using a keyboard or something. If I'm pressing a key, I don't want that key going that long, right? So a couple things that we can do. We can make this shorter. We could make the release time. You know, we can do this type of thing. So something like that, and then what if... So this is where you start asking the question from my perspective, right? Using this type of an app, for me, I'm probably thinking like, okay, I'm using a sampler, so I don't want to use this sampler the way that I would use something like a Chord Gadget, which is finding sounds and putting sounds on you know, making a loop or something like that. I would be more inclined to using some of the samples that are here already and then incorporating my voice into the mix. You know, voice or other sounds that are out here into the mix to kind of get an idea going different than I would in like, you know, one of these other types of apps. So let's go back in here. So that sounds basic, but then now I'm like, okay, let me resample this and with some performance effects, and then bring that resampled portion to this next sort of section of the song. might take this. So if I like this, how do I resample again? I think if I go to resample from app. So this is where it gets tricky. Again, I can use some insights from some of the Koala experts out there. But what I would like to do here is quickly and easily, and maybe this would be like amazing to be able, yeah, not maybe, definitely. This would be amazing if there was a quick and easy way for me to add performance effects to a loop like this and bring this version of the loop to the next pad. From my understanding, in order to do that, we have to resample. So we have to like be playing this, let that play, and then resample and press and hold one of the pads, and then we have to trim it, and then we have to sequence it. So this is the way that I currently would do something like that. All right, so now we have, now I would take off the hold and I would go over here. And as you can see, I started it a little bit early and ended it a little bit late on purpose so that I can trim it. But you see how this takes a little time, right? And then I would try to loop it. So that's good. Then I would sequence this. As you can see, a lot of steps here, right, in order to do something that could be a little bit quicker, I think. And like I said, there might be a better way to do this. I'm just not aware of it. So we have to go to sequence, and then here, right? And then I think we just would add this, like so. So you see that. So the other part with this is if I'm playing this section here and I go into performance, let's see what happens if I try to stutter and if I try to use cutter with like a full sample as opposed to like the MIDI data, if that makes sense. So it still works, but it doesn't feel as precise. So that's a difference as well. So yeah, to be able to do that would be really cool. And to keep the MIDI data here on this third section as opposed to like just the sample. So the way that that could work is like duplicating section B to section C, I guess creating new samples from what is being heard using the performance track, and then apply those new MIDI notes or those new actual sample pads, which are the ones with the performance, into section C. That sounds complicated. I don't know if that's something that other people would find beneficial or not, but I know that that the performance track is amazing to me, and it would just be cool to be able to apply those performance effects as opposed to these effects over here, which I don't really use because these are microphone effects, and I don't experiment as much with these. Maybe I should spend a little bit more time with them. But anyway, let's take a look at some more of the samples real quick. So let's go over here. Let's go to basics. nice sounds there. Those sound really nice. And then what else we have? Bass. And then we have melodic. Yeah. We have extra kits here. 808 Koala Thrown by Rummy. This is cool. Like, this is cool having like ready-made kits. Low touch kit, looch kit. So this I really like. So if I go over here and I'm like, I want to just not have to jump from different folders, but these are like kits ready to go. What does the README say? Thanks for this PO drum kit down. Join the TE community. Oh, cool. Yeah. And these are from Teenage Engineering. Yeah, see, this is cool. I like these. You see, you can just, yeah, really get some dope stuff going, but I would like to be able to just like drag, like it could be as simple as this. Like for me, I'm like, oh, okay, that was intense. So then I would have to go in here and be like, oh, which one? Well, I can just tap. Okay, I see. I don't remember which one it is. This should be, oh, it's on D, no wonder. So go here and go to D. And then we also have to get off the performance. Let's see, many steps. But it's not so bad, because for me, I'm noticing right now that instead of starting that record a little early and ending it a little bit late, I just kind of discovered something like, oh, I have impeccable timing where I can just press and hold that pad to resample and then let go, and that's like, that'll quickly get it very accurate where I shouldn't have to really do any editing, and then just drop it into the part of the song like that. So maybe something like this would be like, okay, boom, and then I'm going to drag this, add to end. And then you could have something like this. I don't know why that's staying there, but no, that's not exactly what I wanted. But yeah, so these kits are cool. Yeah, this is I think a huge. I probably would spend most of my time in the kits section, honestly, like just those drums. That's the main thing, and then adding some sounds. So be like, let's see, bring the mic. Yeah, something like this and we want to apply effects to what was just recorded, I can do that by, like, how would I do that though? Because when I apply effects, let's go here. I guess you'd have to do like
Yeah,
loop. Is that looping though?
yeah,
And then go to performant.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, that's a little bit of a just high level. That's kind of my process of like checking things out and trying to discover things and learn things. I think it's a fine line between saying, "Oh, I wish this had that. I wish this app could do this," versus saying, "Oh, I want to be able to do this with the app. Let me figure out a way to do it, within the app's capabilities." And that's fun for me, right? To be able to discover that type of thing. So, yeah, that's today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.